Yeah. Uh, Hello everyone. So Abhinandan already set the stage for me with his own journey of how he saw something and then from there how he went beyond, right? So this is exactly what I'm also going to talk about for the problem that matters to you, how you can go beyond and have innovation around it, right? So we are in the next, I don't know, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe we have this time constraint now. In the next 12 minutes, we are going to put together a dish called innovation, and I'm going to be your chef for the day. So I'm not coming straight inside from the kitchen here. I'm, by the way, a product manager. I also coach for the topics of customer engagement and design thinking. I've done some around 60 plus workshops touching about 900 plus participants. So I would try and keep the content as much original possible wherever I can add some examples from what I have done. So though it could exceed a little bit time, I will try and keep it where I could add it so that the this is original, right? So yeah. So what is the recipe that we are going to see today? There is some similarity from this picture that you see here. Can you guess what it is? What do you see here? Spices. How many spices you can see here? 5. Great. Absolutely. What is it kept on? Plate. Okay. You got everything, right? So we are going to talk about 5 ingredients for innovation. And then you would need a bowl to put all of this together and mix it, right? Do you have a bowl with you, by the way? I think you have some glasses and stuff, right? So let's see. Yeah. So the very first thing that you would need is the bowl where you are going to put my ingredients that as we go on with the topic, right? So the bowl here is your mindset. So what happens is when we generally say to people, when I generally say in my workshops as well, you have to be energetic. People say, yeah, I'm energetic. You have to be happy. Yeah, I'm happy. Tell me. So that's not what I meant, right? I want you to be really happy. I can see still faces, little bit sleepy or going towards the end of the day. You have to be really energetic, right? So that's why I have a small clip for me. For me, it's a little bit of passion also. I keep editing a lot of videos. So I've edited a small clip from a recent Tamil movie. If you can play this for me, the hero is trying to tell his partner to be happy, and the partner is actually not happy. So let's see what is happening. It's a Tamil clip, but I have tried adding some subtitles for you. Let's see how it works. I'm also trying it first time. Yeah. See. So if you can play this for me. And with the audio.
ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி மைண்ட் செட் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இப்போ நாம எப்படி இருக்கோம்? சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். எப்படி இருக்கோம்? சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். எப்படி இருக்கோம்? சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும்.
So they are talking about something, right? So and the hero is saying, before we start this, you have to be happy, and the partner is saying, yeah, I'm happy. So he is stressing on it till the time he is actually happy, and that is the kind of mindset that I want you guys to have when we go along. Only then you can actually start to put my ingredients into your mind, and you can move along in this cooking process together, right? So that's my nice little spice palette that we will pick one ingredient at a time. So we are going to pick our first ingredient, which is this one. If you are already guessing what it is, you can see it here. So it is curiosity. So when I say curiosity is actually the essential component, right? That drives you to innovate, for you to discover. You have to challenge things. You are seeing a lot of things around you. Are you really challenging? Are you trying to do the unusual things, or are you trying to take the path which everyone else has taken? Are you trying to just go along in a way which is well done, or are you trying to make a way that others can follow? I don't want to again and again take examples of Steve Jobs kind of people. We have to create our own path, isn't it? It is his style of innovation. You should have your style of innovation, and that all starts with curiosity. So in a recent survey conducted with the employees working in Fortune 500 companies, 62% of them has indicated, which I am even not surprised, for any more traditional traits like being organized and all other traditional traits that you could put together, most probably it is around 60. But when asked are you curious? Are you curious at your workplace? Are you questioning things? Are you questioning process? Only 20% of them told that they are curious. So I would say curiosity is actually a victim of our educational system and the social hierarchy around us, right? So from the childhood, somehow, whenever we were trying to ask questions, the parents were telling that, you should not ask questions. You should not ask questions to your elders. You should not do this. You should not do that. With all this, somehow the curiosity factor keeps coming down. So that's what I want you guys to first recover, for you to move towards in your path to innovate for your next product or service. So what do you see here? What do you see here? Problems. What are you doing about these problems? So we are seeing this every day, right? You are stepping out of the door, you are seeing some of the other problems every day. We cannot, of course, these are huge magnitude of problems. We cannot, of course, solve any of this. But at least, we could make some little mark here and there. And when you pick something that matters to you, like how the previous speaker Abhinandan has picked an area and he went absolutely brilliant about it, right? I really feel, and I'm feeling that I should also do something very, very deeper in one of these areas. But my strength is actually doing the broad way. So if you see this nice little icons here, so these are not put in random. So these are different areas that I have tried putting my skills with whatever time I have to build some ideas, to build some small apps, to build some products around these areas. Out of my own personal time, I tried doing some of these things around this by working with university students, with school children, sometimes with startups as well. So we came back to our nice little palette again. We are going to pick the second ingredient. Can you guess already what it is? It should be a symbol that should be known to you. Yeah? Yeah. So, empathy, as you get it, right? So, with empathy, what I would like to stress on is understand before you judge things. Right? We are hearing enough about empathy. Empathy is also one of the buzzwords that the industry is currently using, like innovation, like design thinking, like empathy. These are all buzzwords. You are hearing enough about it. I don't have to go and describe what is empathy to you. You can read it in your own textbooks. But the core of it comes to what your user is saying, thinking, feeling, and doing. It is easier said than done. It's a simple diagram to put in here. So if you go and speak to today Rahul to design a system for him, if you go and ask him this problem, can you really find what is he thinking? You can only see what he is telling to you. No, it is easier said than done, right? So there are some simple techniques that you can put to get empathy from your users. Of course, empathy can be taught, by the way. Right? So that's why I am telling you these steps as well. So have a conversation. So what happens is, generally what I've seen people doing is, people go and start to take interview. You want to go to your users, you want to know about your users, what do? Is they go and take interview. How can you take interview? Who is he to you? Is he coming for a job application, coming with a resume to you? You are going and interviewing him. So you are going with a set of questions, standing in front of him like as if you are his boss to him, and then you are asking him, can you tell me this? How did you do this? Why are you doing this? How will he answer? You cannot do this. You cannot have interview with your users. You have to have conversation. And in a conversation where you listen more than you ask, is the conversation that you should be having with your user to get empathy out of it. Right? So the second step is observing when they are actually doing it. You are trying to solve something with a traffic problem. You have to really go and observe along with that user, what is he going through? What is the pain? What does it feel like sitting in that hypercity signal today? For me, it took 12 minutes exactly. For me, you were with me, Prasad was with me, and we were standing 12 minutes in that signal. The signal was not moving. So what does it feel like? You have to go observe those users, right? And try and do it yourself. There is no other better option of how you can get the real empathy out. You have to go and do it yourself. So one of my projects, there was in one of my boot camp, there was a startup who was actually building low-cost housing. So they have a product to build housing for 50 to 60,000. So they have cutting-edge materials which they have brought down costs dramatically. They have in-house production, but the houses were not selling. They are trying to sell these houses to slum dwellers, laborers who are coming into the cities. They are trying to give this low-cost product to them, but these houses are not selling. When some of these techniques were taught, when they actually went for research, when they actually went to gain some more empathy, and when they came back, it actually meant that the house is actually an identity, right? They just you can put any material you want, you can reduce the cost as you want, you can put the things together and give me my low cost house. But if it looks very just simple plain house, it is not what I want. It is not only a middle class man's dream or a higher middle class or upper middle class dream to have your house as per your way, little bit of customized, little bit of things, but even those guys want their house. When they are spending 50,000, it is like you spent today 60 lakhs. I already see a light, okay. So, is it 10 minutes you have made it? Okay. So I actually wanted to also talk about some of the creativity techniques and how creativity worked best in one of my workshops with when I was working with the 3rd grade students. Some of the examples, maybe sometime later we will find some more time. One of the other thing was actually again with the sustainability aspect. If I could just get 1 more minute so that I can better wind it off. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if today morning you had and we just had coffee milk, right? So if you had today, most probably you could have also drank something which is coming from this case. This is what you are seeing around, right? And this is exactly what I meant with the last component, where sustainability is important. Where generally the product is idea to market, where we say that market, the rocket is launched, and we don't really care where the rocket goes and lands. It's not really my problem because the customer has already paid for the rocket, so it doesn't matter where the rocket really goes and launch. So the real life cycle of the product is never considered. That's why the sustainability issue comes. Okay, so with the time constraint, I'll already stop it. I'll go to my.
Thank you, Muthuraj.
Yeah.
You had 12 minutes, by the way, not 10.
Yeah.
Audience, if you could please vote for Muthuraj's talk. And Professor Ram Narayan had to leave, but I will ask Professor Murthy and Ram to give their feedback.
Okay, Muthuraj, very informative. I thought that your topic was too broad. Even if you had the entire 15 minutes, it would have still been too broad. So any one of those topics had you chosen creativity or empathy and gone deeper into it, I thought that you have all the knowledge and all the background and be able to talk in depth about any one of those things, and that would have been much more impactful and useful for everybody. The one thing that I would suggest is your style is again very good, conversational. People can relate to you and understand what you're saying, but maybe slow down a little bit, because that way that when you pause, it will give us an opportunity to take in what you are giving us. But overall, I thought you did a good job. I'm going to give you 10, 8.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I agree with him. In fact, I felt bad that you had to cut short your presentation because you were trying to do too much, and each of this was interesting. I wanted to talk more about creativity, for example, which is a much maligned word. Everyone is creative.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to know your views on that.
Yeah.
But certainly, I thought your style was strong and confident, and you definitely have the ability to weave a story. It was going good. So I enjoyed it very much. So here you are.
Okay. Let's look at the audience score, please. The audience score is 9.4 for Muthuraj. Congratulations.